Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so we have our first piece taped down. Okay, we roll out a second sheet. We do the same thing. We tape it. Okay, and then we do our third piece, and we're kind of overlapping the Mylar, and we're taping them to one another.
Correct.
Okay, I got a question for you. Check this out. I have a relatively flat section of molded and non-skid that we could cover over with the SeaDek. Then it kind of, you know, it's flat up here. Then it kind of goes downhill, and we have another flat section in the middle. Then it goes uphill, and we have a flat section right here. Okay, how are we going to address with a template? Because I'm telling you, it's going to be crinkled, wrinkled. How are we going to address these compound curve radiuses?
Real simple. You're just going to trim this with the razor knife or a good shear. You're going to trim it off the gel coat. Want to scratch your gel coat up, and then you're going to tape it down on both the trailing edge side and the leading edge side, so you have a nice flat surface in the middle and on the port and starboard side.
Okay, so then with the Sharpie, then what we do is we literally just trace the outline of our non-skid patterns, okay, all the way around.
Correct.
Now, do you think we should maybe mark, hey, this is piece 1, this is piece 2, this is piece 3, this is the top side, this is where my non-skid is? Do you need stuff like that?
You want to make sure you have the template marked out exactly the way you said. We need to know what side is the top that we're going to digitize down from. We want to know the forward piece, the middle piece, the rear piece. And it's also important to let us know perhaps if you have steps in there, if it's a step or if it's a access hatch or something along that. Just write it down there and notate that on the instructions.
Okay, because I want to talk about, okay, so we've got this all templated out. Check this area out here. We have a little step up. And this might be a problem, Chuck. This hatch right here, this is very familiar material. You guys know Seaboard, okay? Virtually nothing sticks to this. And I know that SeaDek is kind of held on with adhesive.
Correct.
Can't really use it here, can I?
We're using acrylic base adhesive. No problem at all with adhering to SeaDek, to the Seaboard. Not at all.
Okay, so we could cover this area. We could cover these little molded in areas of non-skid. And back, check out back by the engine. Okay, do you see those two little steps? Maybe we could even pattern for those as well.
Any area that's a flat spot that you're going to step or you're going to kneel on, go ahead and create the pattern, send them to us.
Okay, so we send them to you, and then you actually kind of pin these up on a board, and then you use a digitizer to kind of capture and straighten out everybody's lines.
Correct.
All right, and all that. And then they're cut with computerized machinery.
Correct.
And Chuck, thank you so much for the information. What we want to do is real quick take a very short time out, but keep it right here because when we come back, we're going to show you that process up in this factory, and we're going to cover it right after this.
Stay bolted. ShipShape TV will be back in a snap.
Traditional non-skids can be hard, slippery, or brittle. Need a solution? Stick it with SeaDek, the comfortable EVA foam alternative with easy peel and stick application. If you have a boat, then you have a need for SeaDek. The wetter it gets, the better it grips. SeaDek is your answer for replacing smelly, worn carpet. It also covers unsightly spider cracks, dings, stains, and all other gel coat imperfections, making your boat look like new. SeaDek, comfort you need, traction you trust.
Welcome back. You're tuned into ShipShape TV, America's favorite boat improvement show.
We're in Rockland, Florida, just outside of Cocoa Beach at our facility here for SeaDek. SeaDek, we've got a lot of patterns for boats on file, but if we don't, you can always buy a template kit and make your own pattern for your boat.
Now, we're trying to fix some of the decking issues on a Boston Whaler. A lot of boats today have this molded in non-skid, and that's gel coat and fiberglass, you know. And if you get spider cracks in there, it's very challenging. I mean, sometimes you might have 100, 1,000 spider cracks in your fiberglass and gel coated deck,
right.
All right? And when I'm saying that it's challenging to accurately match up the non-skid patterns, okay, man, I'm not kidding. It is really, really tough,
yeah,
even for a pro. And this SeaDek, this is a real quick, real pretty alternative to either fixing the gel coat with molded patterns or grinding it off and then putting on non-skid, okay?
Absolutely.
So anybody can get these Mylar kits,
Yep.
and whatever area of the boat that they're trying to beautify, they can actually draw out that pattern, whether it's a hatch or whether it's a a helm station, a combing bolster, a deck,
Correct,
whatever.
correct. Yeah, we actually send out a Mylar templating kit, and it has the sheets of Mylar, an indelible marker, and instructions, as well as a sample color selection. So you've got all the instructions right there. You just lay it out and make the pattern.
How accurate of a drawer do you need to be for making these patterns for you guys?
Right. Pretty accurate. I mean, otherwise it's going to be left open to the interpretation of the CAD designer. So if you've got some wiggly lines, we can work around that, but make sure that the size and the shape of your pads are pretty spot on.
Okay, so the customer draws it out, they send it to you. What do you do with the Mylar templates?
Yep, we unroll them, put them on a board, then we make a digital file of that. So we have a portable digitizer, it has a wand, and we take that and go from point A, B, C, and D, make the pattern, and then import that into our CAD software.
So it's now a digital picture?
It's now a digital picture, absolutely. We've got a bank of computers, so we've got a lot of staff in there who are updating the patterns. Once they do that, we can output it and then cut it on one of our CNC machines.
All right, what is the machine that we have right behind here?
This is our Access CNC machines. And what it's doing is it's actually cutting the pad for Dennis and Loalani's boat right here.
How many different color choices are there in the SeaDek?
We've got a lot of different color choices. So we've got it in single color, and then we also laminate two or three different colors. So it allows you to cut through them, exposing different colors. So you can match them to your bimini top or the hull of your boat if you want to update the color scheme on your boat.
Serenity, one of the big reasons that people like this molded in non-skid is because of the traction.
Right.
You know, you get water around boating, and people can slip and they want traction. How much traction do you get out of foam?
A lot, actually. The top surface of this has a micro dot pattern on it, which is really great for non-skid. We actually got our start about 25 years ago making traction pads for the surfing industry, so we really fine-tuned the art of traction. So the wetter that it gets, the more traction you get.
Okay, now how does it affix into the boat?
Yeah, it's got a robust peel and stick backing on the back side of it, so all you have to do is peel off the backing and apply it.
Okay, now will this foam, will it hold up to UV in the sun? Will it hold up to salt water?
Absolutely, absolutely. It has UV inhibitors already in it, so it's not going to fade, it won't tear, won't shred, it should last. It's a pretty durable product.
Okay, now they want to cover over the spider cracks in their molded in non-skid, but they do have some pretty deep spider cracks that I think we're going to have to pay a little bit of attention to. But thank you so much for the look around.
You're welcome, John.
We're going to get back to the boat and start on that work.
Great, thank you.
Traditional non-skids can be hard, slippery, or brittle. Need a solution? Stick it with SeaDek, the comfortable EVA foam alternative with easy peel and stick application. If you have a boat, then you have a need for SeaDek. The wetter it gets, the better it grips. SeaDek is your answer for replacing smelly, worn carpet. It also covers unsightly spider cracks, dings, stains, and all other gel coat imperfections, making your boat look like new. SeaDek, comfort you need, traction you trust.